Sorry about that. I had a phone call that I had to take. And anyway, we were talking about this Japanese anniversary clock, 100-day clock. And I already took the bottom block off of, and I was saying that I don't know whether or not this clock will be listed in the 400-day repair guide. I'm going to have to look. But it has this spring cover on it, so I'm going to take that off. And that's to protect the torsion spring itself. And the torsion spring is completely broken. But you have a top block, the fork, and of course the bottom block, which attaches to the pendulum itself. And so I'm going to look in the 400-day clock repair guide and see if I could find this. But if not, then I'm going to have to do some measurements to see if I can get the right length of spring. I'm not too concerned about the diameter of the spring. If it is too thick, you can always take a piece of sandpaper and thin it out. Thick will make it run fast. Thinning the spring out with a piece of sandpaper to thin it out will slow it down. You want to do that in small increments. But you can get a general idea by measuring the thickness of the spring with a micrometer. But comes with a key that should come off here, which it does. But I want to see if it has been wound up. And it is completely wound, and so moving well, this don't want to move. It is stuck. Possibly if I turn the hands, I might be able to move it now. But it is stuck. So this clock even this wheel right here, I'm turning it, and it is hard to turn. The clock is extremely dirty. You can see dirt coming out of these gears. So I'm going to have to take the clock apart and clean it and go from there. Taking the two top screws off to which I took the shield off, that plastic shield screws. I shouldn't have taken the screws all the way out because this plastic shield would have lifted off, but it also is holding the plates together It's a good thing, and there's these two screws down here. So I'm going to have to take the hands off. That didn't have a lot of threads on it, and the nut just went blind, so I'll have to find that. Sorry about that. I had to turn off my alarm on Alexa. Time for me to wake up. To get the plate off, there are these clips that hold this plate on right here, and they look like C-clips that just come out. Two C-clips, then the front dial plate comes off. New master. And now I have to take the power off this clock. So there's the click. So I'm going to get out my tool to remove the power off this clock. So stand by, let me get my tool. This is my letdown key. Here's the nut for the hand. That's why I keep it, that's why I use a towel. It helps me find parts. But anyway, this is my letdown key. When I started collecting clocks in 1999, I bought a VHS tape. The VHS tape was from a master clock repair person. And this is the letdown key that he suggested. You don't have to go out and buy all these fancy tools. When you first started collecting and repairing clocks, use your brain, use some common sense, come up with your own tools. Just a broom handle cut with a slot cut in it, and then I also drilled a hole to adapt for keys that have extensions coming out of them, or keys like this that are curved, or a key like this that has an extension coming out of it. So anyway, I put the letdown key on the key that's here, using a screwdriver to push the click out of the way. Putting some power on the spring. I don't know if I could do this on camera with y'all seeing it, because it's hard to see that click. It's hard to get to that click. Maybe if I come in from this side, I can push it out of the way. I see what I need to do. There's a wire underneath that click, and that wire attaches to put pressure on that click. I think you could see it. So what I'm going to do is move that wire out of the way, which should release the click. And I hope I don't get hurt in doing this, because that click don't want to move. There it moved. So now I can slowly let it down in my hands. There we go. Power's off the clock. I would suggest taking pictures all the way around so you can figure out how to put the clock back together. I think I'm going to take the base of the clock off, the movement off the base of the clock with these two thumb screws underneath here. And that way I don't have to deal with the base, I can just deal with the movement itself. So now I could take trying to figure out which way I want to take the clock apart. I think I'm going to take it apart from the front. In order to do that, I have to remove this screw to get the hour pipe off, because the screw is holding the hour pipe on. This is so tight on there. That's why this clock was not running because this is so tight from gummed up oil. I'm going to have to take it apart from the back, and so I gotta stop the click wheel from moving so I can remove this key where it won't come off. I'm gonna figure out how to stop that gear from moving. Oh. There we go. Now I get the key off. I can't take the front plate off because it's riveted. These bolts here are riveted, so I'm going to have to take apart from the rear like I thought in the first place. And if you can get pictures as you're taking it apart, it's best to do so. Yeah, see, that's got a bunch of gummed up oil on it. And so that's how the movement looks like, along with this gear, which I'm not going to take off because of that pinion gear right there. And so I can now start taking the gears out and see all that gummed up oil. That's why this clock is not working. And the fact that it doesn't have a suspension wire on it. Lot of gummed up, dried up oil. And then you have some oil on the plates, but this stuff is dried up oil. and that's why this was not moving freely. So I'm gonna put this in my cleaner, but before I do, I'm going to take toothpicks to every one of these holes, because I've said it time and time again, an ultrasonic cleaner is like a dishwasher. It will not, and I repeat, it will not get into the hard to reach spots. You can take a toothpick prior or afterwards to these pivot holes, but if you do it afterwards, which I highly suggest that you do one day, you will notice that your toothpick comes out dirty. Because the ultrasonic cleaner will not get these hard to reach spots. And for those people who don't want to take the movements apart, to work on them, the ultrasonic cleaner is not going to clean up the movement that well. And so what's going to happen is you're going to add brush oil to dried up oil, because again, it cannot clean the hard to reach spots. And so it's going to act like sandpaper when you put it all back together. And so I highly suggest taking the movements apart. So we'll come back after I got this thing all cleaned up and go from there. Again, I hope you all are liking this video. Please leave comments. I try to answer every one of the comments. I like seeing the comments. Please hit the subscribe button. It's free to do so. And God bless.